everyone, and welcome back to another episode of MotoGP 21 here on this channel. This is part number 11 of my career walkthrough. Now, in today's episode, we head to Austria for the Red Bull Ring, but before we do that, we've got another contract offer for our staff, for the data analyst, and no, that one isn't much better. We'll keep the one we've already got, and let's see what sort of weather we've got. So we've got dry, free practice, qualifying to the dry, but the race is going to be in the wet. Oh, that is flipping typical around this really challenging circuit. But anyway, let's get into today's qualifying and see if we can set some decent times to get a good spot. That's the only frustrating thing when you have sort of like a dry qualifying and a wet race. But we'll see how we do. This is a very challenging circuit at the best of times. But we'll use this time in the free practice just to get some laps in and set up the bike. And the qualifying's also in the dry as well, but in cloudy weather, so the times maybe not as quick as this session. But let's see what sort of time we can set. And that's not a bad corner there. That is always going to be a tricky one. The corner that I hate the most on this circuit is the one that's just coming up. I always end up going in the gravel. So we'll probably crash a few times in this qualifying. Right, let's apply the brakes and turn it in. Oh god, we've gone a little bit wide onto the curb, but we didn't go into the gravel, so that is a good start for our first lap. So let's see if we can make sure we get the development points off. Oh bloody hell, that wasn't a very good turn. That didn't feel too good on the suspension at the rear, felt a bit loose, so we may have to make a few adjustments. And we are slightly understeering. And let's just see if we can just get a lap in and see where we are. I mean, this is only free practice, so I think the times will get quicker as we get into qualifying. Let's see if we can get again. It's definitely flipping understeering. And we're missing. That was a bit better, but we did have to back off a bit. Let's get our first lap in, and I think we're going to make some adjustments, and that is. Well, that isn't the quickest lap, but that's our first lap on the board.
The free practice is over, and whilst the riders who are still on track make their way back to the boxes, be sure to stick around for a look at the times for this weekend's first session.
Right, so we did make quite a few adjustments in that free practice. We didn't really go out and beat that lap time though, but I definitely think the times are going to get quicker. So let's get into the qualifying.
Circuit for second qualifying. The first riders are about to get out on track and battle it out for the top grid positions.
Right, let's see if we can set a decent time early on in this qualifying. I think the times are going to get in the 1:38s, so we're going to have to really push it and see if we can get that sort of time. We've put a medium rear and a soft front on. I think a couple of riders are out on soft, but we'll see what we can do with these tyres first. We're not too bad at this first. Oh god, we've got a little bit wide. I say that, we've gone really wide. Oh, flipping now, and the wheel goes up. Well, that's going to cost us a bit of time. And that's a warning as well. We don't want to be doing that long lap penalty in the race, so we're going to have to make sure we don't do that too many times. Right. Slow it down and drop it in. And oh, flipping now, that didn't feel very good either. Definitely struggling as we slowed down. Let's see if we can get a bit tighter in. Oh god, flipping out. We need to get a little bit tighter. I still think we need to make some adjustments. It still feels a bit uneasy. But, let's just proceed with the lap. See where we can get. We've got to get at least a time on the board. I don't think we're going to be the fastest. I'm pretty sure of that. But we're a second up on that time, so all in all, that's not going to be too bad. Although I do think there is definitely room for improvement. Oh, flipping out! Made a mistake there. Oh god, almost came off. Well, I butchered this lap. This isn't going to be very good. And across the line. So that is a 1:39.2, but they're definitely going to get quicker than that. But right, final two corners, and we're slightly up at the third sector, and our time is starting to drop down the order. So we're down to 11. So we really do need to respond And the fastest time by Messier is a 1:38.1. Let's see if we can get a little bit closer to that as we go across the line. And, oh, that's a bit better. I'm 0.2 off, but I still think we need a faster lap. So let's go on another lap. We've still got time. We've just got to keep on trying to improve and see if we can get a little bit closer to that time. That is not a bad corner. Can we just push it on the final corner? And we're down to 5th. This is going to be the last lap. We've gone really wide in that corner, just trying to take as much as we can and to the line. And let's see what we get. We actually moved up to 4th, and I will take that with a 1:38.291. So we weren't as fast as Messier with the 1:38.102, but it's gonna give us a chance. So let's get into today's race.
Hello and welcome to the Red Bull Ring. Just a few minutes to go now, and the Moto3 class Austrian Grand Prix will get underway. After the rain a few hours ago, the skies have finally cleared up, but there hasn't been enough time between the rainfall and the start of the race to let the track dry out. This means the race has been declared wet, leaving the choice of most suitable tyres to each individual rider. Class grid where engineers and technicians are ironing out the last few details. The riders have just completed their sighting lap and are lined up on the Red Bull Ring straight. Very little time left now until the start of another Austrian Grand Prix.
Right, so here we go with today's race around the Red Bull Ring in Austria. Can we get a good start from 4th on the grid in the wet? Off we go. That is not a bad start. So we're starting with power mode 3. Let's see if we can make a move early on into that first corner. Hopefully we can avoid getting amongst any crashes. And that is not a bad first corner. So we're in behind the fastest qualifier, Messier. And let's see if we can put him under pressure on this first lap. So this is going to be tricky because we've had no practice in the wet. So we know it's going to be very challenging. So let's make sure we don't overdo it. Into that first corner, gently on the brakes. That wasn't too bad. That was actually a good corner. That one is going to be very tricky in the wet. Now we're coming up to the corner we really don't like. And let's see if we can take this one without any issues. We've really got to be careful on the braking. But we've also got to try and keep up with Messier as well. And we've got a little bit wider, but gentle. And that was nicely done. Not perfect, but we're managing to keep with the leader. We do have quite a lot of heat behind us, so we've got to be careful we don't give anyone an opportunity to run us off in those tight corners. And that is not bad again, using the slipstream. Again, just backing off and slowly feeding the power on. And we've got to manage this power mode 3 as much as we can. But we've got to be mindful as the race goes on, the track is going to start drying up as it is only wet and it's not raining. And we're going to go on the outside. Oh, just taking a little bit of a risk there, but we are putting Messier under pressure early on here on the first lap. And that's what we've got to do. And that is a nice first lap. And we've got a bit of slipstream. Oh, we're going to be able to get past into this next corner. This is going to be tricky. But let's start backing off and see if we can take the lead. And that wasn't too bad, so we're into the lead. But we know Messier is going to probably come up the inside as we go into this next corner. Once we're not pulling away, is he going to go on the outside? We want to keep him in the inside, really, to be honest. Right, let's slow down. And I can see him. And just be careful, and that is not bad again. Oh, flipping out, the front wheel's going up, be careful, just backing off the throttle there. And we're managing to hold the lead on the second lap. We've got to be consistent. Hopefully we can hold on to this. Oh, there you go, he's going down the inside. Let's just let him go. Oh, look how tight he gets in. And he's going to run it a little bit wider, but he managed to stop it. Let's see if we can just keep this steady around this turn. Just cut across here. No, he's going to hold that inside line really well. Cuts across us, but we should be able to switch back. Yes, we do, and we've managed to get back in the lead. So it looks like we've got a real battle here around the Red Bull Ring against Messier. And being the fact that he qualified in first, he's going to expect to win today. We've got Acosta in third as well, which was pretty quick as well, so we're going to be careful we don't give them too much space to get past, because I think if both of them get past, we'll be in trouble. It's not too bad. Onto the curb, be careful, because the curbs are going to be very slippery in the wet. And we go into lap 3, and we are still leading, and oh, Acosta is running the quickest at the moment, and he's just behind, so let's be careful again. Just running it onto the curb, but trying to be good on the brakes. And it's just my luck getting the wet race ready. I think the dry race would have been so much fun, and the times would have been a lot quicker as well. Right, again. Good on the brakes. I think we're going to run it a little bit wider. Be careful. God dear, don't want to be going on the curbs in the wet. We managed to hold on to it, and we've still got Messia only 0.2 behind us. We're not managing to pull away at all. Let's keep it. See, he's going to come down the inside. Don't you run me off. Just, oh, and he's back in the lead. Right, I'm going to go on the outside. And I think there's going to be a lot of this. That's the one thing that I need to concentrate on with the upgrades. We do need that engine upgrade. We do lack a little bit of power. The frame's okay, but the power of this bike is just a little bit off the faster bikes in this race. Again, just we go run that little bit wide down the curbs. And Messia was thinking about going around the outside. We've managed to hold that nicely. Let's keep this nice and tight through here. As we come to the end of lap 3, so far we're managing to maintain it. The tyres look okay, running on the curb. Be careful, be careful, be careful. Oh, onto the curb again there. Oh, God dear, almost coming off there. We don't want to be doing that too often, as the grip on the tyres is going to wear away. And, oh, that was the fastest lap of the race, so we have set the fastest pace. And let's keep that tight through there. That's nicely done. And we've got a 0.4 lead at the moment, and we definitely need that, as we have only got a few laps left. But we've got to be careful. If we can try not to use power mode 3 too much and just build up a bit of extra fuel, we can try and run that final lap on power mode 3 as much as we can, as we take that a little bit wider again. Hopefully we can finish really strong. But I don't always like leading around this circuit. It is a very tough one. Right, Messia is probably going to come down the inside again. So let's give him a bit of space. Keep it steady. Got in there a little bit quicker, staying off the curb. That wasn't too bad again. Managing to take that corner way better than what we did in the qualifying. Let's keep this tight through here. Just backing off. Slowly feeding the power on. It's okay. Again, definitely don't want this circuit in the wet when we get here on Moto2, on the Moto2s and the GP bikes. I think we would really struggle. Still managing just to hold on to the lead, but not by much, so any mistakes in the final laps will be very costly. And again, trying to stay off the curb through here. We've got to just run it onto the curb. So you can get away with that one. So we're still only just in the lead. This is going to be so tight as we get into the final stage. So 2 more laps to go. Again, trying to keep that steady through there onto the curb, but that will do. Stick in power mode 3 for a little bit. So yeah, this is quite a long straight going back up the hill. Turn the power mode 3 off as we go into this slow corner. Oh, just hesitated there. Just had a little bit of a wobble at the back, and flicking out the wheels got up. Really pushing it here. God, taking a few risks, and here they come. 2 teammates. This is not what we want, but if they both start coming down on either side of us, we're in big trouble as we try and take it a little bit more through that corner. Oh, God, I saw a bike there. God, I think, and that was Acosta. Acosta is overtaking his teammates. So them two are, and oh, actually Messia has dropped down to 4th. So Suzuki is in the fight as well. And oh, just notice Suzuki has got the fastest lap. So is Suzuki going to make a late charge here in this race? as we come towards the end of lap 5, and it's going to be all on that final lap. I think they're all going to go for it. Tyres look relatively good. So it's all about managing the fuel now, I think. We're going to have to use as much as we can. And into that corner, that was okay. Right, here we go, final lap. All or nothing now. It's been a really good race so far. Let's keep it steady. Oh, flip it out, run that wide. Just felt the lack of grip, especially at the rear. So I think a few riders went a little wider in that turn. Costa still in second, Asia in third, and Suzuki's dropped down to 5th. So I don't know whether that's a grip issue or struggled into that first corner on the final lap. And that was nicely done again, just managing just to feed the power on a little bit better there. Back into power mode 3. Let's see if we can get into this turn and hopefully finish this off. That's not too bad again. Just trying to feed the power on. Now we're in power mode 3. We're managing to finish quite strong. We're up on the time as well on this final lap. And the circuit is drying in areas as well. That's giving us a little bit more. And again in that corner. And we're definitely going to, I think we're definitely going to set a faster lap time. Almost half a second up. And this is just where you want to start pushing. This is going to be a really strong finish. Literally giving ourselves a bit more of a chance. Just giving us a little bit more fuel as well by not using the power mode 3 too much. Oh god, just caught the curve a little bit too much there. Final turn. Oh, that was nicely done. And to the line. It's definitely going to be our fastest lap of the race. But is it going to be the fastest overall as we finish in style? Absolutely brilliant race. And 142.3, so we did have the fastest lap as well by quite a bit. So that was really good finish there. And yeah, all in all, a really good performance. Right, let's have a look at the Riders' Championship. We're on 290 points, absolutely running away with it, and we're still leading the Team Championship as well, which is absolutely brilliant. Also, guys, I just want to apologise if you heard my French Bulldog barking in the background. Sometimes he has those moments as he sees someone walk past my house. But anyway, that is another good performance, and in the next race, in the next episode, we head to Silverstone, my home GP. Really looking forward to that, but we will check out if we've got any upgrades that we can finish off before we end the episode. But and also I just want to apologise that I haven't been able to pump out these videos a little bit more frequently. I am so busy with my work as well, and when you only do YouTube part-time, it is tough, but I will try and get as many videos out as I can. And obviously we've got a few other walkthroughs going on at the same time, so I hope you're enjoying them. But anyway, we got plenty of points, and we have, let's have a look, we've got one more week on the frame. So let's see, and we can also start an engine upgrade for the third stage. So we definitely want to get that done. So we'll get that one started. And actually, let's just check. We don't want to... Oh, actually, we'll just quickly speed this one up because we can actually shift it on a wait because we want this to finish this one before we put all the stuff on the engine. And I think that will be the engine, the frame completed as well, which is good. So let's quickly get that down to 1 week. We'll shift the time on. So let's come out of this and we can advance to the next week. Like I said, is Silverstone. As we get to the latter part of this championship, we will be on Moto 2 very soon. So that is the engine completely upgraded. And now we can focus just on the engine. So we've got 3 upgrades left on the engine as well. I'm not sure whether we're going to finish all of these before the end of the season. But we'll try. But yeah, it's been really good. I think we went with the right team. And we've concentrated on the right upgrades. I mean, I'm always person that prefers to concentrate on the frame over the engine. And I think it was the right choice. Right, we can improve our staff as well. So that's hire another member, which has got some better qualifications to improve the team. And all in all, it's been a brilliant episode. So please don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, share the video. It really helps a small channel like mine. And I will see you very, very soon for the next episode in this walkthrough.